Wall Street Journal just this hour. It's a headline that reads, Tesla board opens search for a CEO to succeed Elon Musk.
He may try to distance himself from Trump's policy and Doge all he wants, but the damage is already done. Tesla has lost a significant amount of business, and he may just well lose his position as CEO.
When you read the story, sources are telling the Journal that Tesla's board members started reaching out to several executive search firms, initiating a formal process to replace Musk.
The thing about Elon Musk is he started to get upset when Trump's tariff policies were hurting him. And they certainly hurt him big time, costing him billions of dollars. But the fact is, he didn't mind it when Trump's policies hurt other people's financial status. Let's talk about the fact that he called Social Security a Ponzi scheme, meaning he was willing to cut Social Security payments to Americans who paid into this system and were only getting a return of such payment, whether or not it was in the form of retirement or disability. That he was okay to cut. He didn't mind the hurt that Americans would feel because of that economic policy. He also didn't mind Trump scaring away immigrants, despite the fact that immigrants he was targeting were even those who were working and paying into the American taxpayer system to the tune of billions of dollars. American farm workers, American construction workers. No, the one immigrant worker that he spoke up about was his own. He wanted to keep immigrant tech workers, finding that they were essential to the American economy. But in terms of those that worked in our agriculture industry and our construction industry, those, he was okay with them going away or hurting. Musk again and again, despite having billions of dollars, so much more than any one person could possibly need, continued to support Trump policies only when they hurt somebody other than him.
The Trump administration is spending more on a daily basis than the Biden administration was. So even if the whole good idea of Doge is less government spending, it has absolutely failed at that with Trump spending more than Biden did. Musk's cocky assertions about 150-year-olds getting Social Security were immediately debunked and showed him to just not understand the data he was looking at, which is very embarrassing for a man whose whole brand is, look how smart I am. Musk's time in Washington has been marked by White House officials snarking anonymously to the press, like Rolling Stone magazine, about the perception by some in the White House that Mr. Musk appears to be high all the time. Also that he's possibly the most annoying person on the planet. I keep using the word annoying, but the word doesn't do the situation justice. Musk apparently tried to get a top secret briefing from the Pentagon on China war plans. That was promptly reported in the New York Times, which led President Trump to show that he was both absolutely unaware that his top campaign donor had arranged this for himself. Trump then very quickly made clear that he didn't think something like that should happen. And so it was canceled, and Elon had to eat that too. Musk then tried to get back into the money and politics game where he'd done so well, getting Trump into the White House in the first place. He went very publicly all in with massive spending, ostentatious spending, and personal appearances to try to sway the Wisconsin State Supreme Court election. Elon Musk's candidate then lost by double digits in an election that was universally branded as a referendum on Elon Musk.
Elon Musk has had to step away from Doge, although he says Doge will continue like Buddhism. This is just an example for how Musk managed to take a reputation of somebody with a vision, somebody who was a good business person, and demolish it in few short months with his association with Trump, with his jumping on stage with Trump, with him parroting whatever Trump wanted him to say. He thought that somehow he was going to gain popularity and maybe masculinity, but instead he has seen his company Tesla have their sales crater. And now evidently they are looking for a possible new CEO, according to reporting by the Wall Street Journal. This would be of no surprise because Tesla lost 70% in profit as a result of the fact that Musk was one, giving all of his attention to destroying our federal government in such a way to not save us money, but to actually cost us money. And he did it in a way spewing hate, showing frankly how incompetent he was, and embracing Trump's hateful policies to such an extent that the everyday consumer decided to put their money where their mouth is and not buy Teslas. Sales in California and in Germany, very important markets for Tesla, cratered. And now, after the Wall Street Journal reporting that they were looking for a new CEO, Tesla board is trying to walk that back, saying that they evidently are not looking for a new CEO. But the fact is, even if Musk steps down from Doge, which apparently he's going to, and decides he wants to go back and run his company Tesla, he has so tarnished the brand Tesla with his actions that I do not see how Tesla can both keep him as CEO and ever regain their sales.
So Tesla has been going through some pain lately. It just reported earnings last week and had profits decline about 70%. And our reporting shows that around a month ago, board members were reaching out to executive recruiting firms to start a formal CEO succession search process. This is a formal kind of next chapter. Obviously, companies do succession planning all the time for their next leader, but we know that this is happening as there was concern from investors about Musk spending too much time in DC, given his government role, and concern about the company really struggling lately. We also know that board members prior to earnings had an update. They gathered with Elon Musk and they said to him that we really need you to refocus on Tesla and we need you to say it publicly. And he did not push back.
That's pretty remarkable, given we saw him come out and say he'd step away from the Doge effort.
You would think a man as rich and powerful as Elon Musk would have taken a look at Trump's first term and seen what happened with the people who surrounded him then, many of which ended up in jail or discredited. I mean, look at Rudy Giuliani for just one. But no, Musk went all in, and evidently he went all in the day that Trump had his attempted assassination fist bump. Musk thought that was the epitome of masculinity, and this tech bro who knows what happened to him in high school, jumped all in. And we saw this all play out. His jumping on stage, making a fool of himself, and the hateful comment after hateful comment that he posted on X. So you have to wonder, now that he is retreating, trying to distance himself from all of Trump's policies that's coming back to hurt him with Tesla, how much that bro masculinity worked out for him.
Musk then installed his own choice as acting IRS commissioner. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent then complained to Trump and uninstalled the guy 2 days later. Musk then took a loud public stance against Donald Trump's tariffs. Trump has ignored his loud public stance against them and kept the tariffs and all their disastrous implications, including for Musk's own car company. Musk then started a loud public beef with Trump advisor Peter Navarro. Trump decided, quite obviously, to keep Peter Navarro, and we haven't heard much from Elon Musk ever since. Now, the Washington Post reports this weekend that Elon Musk's signature move in Washington, that whole tell me 5 things you did last week or you'll be fired government email, that email goes out sometimes weekly now to government employees, but people just ignore it. It's being ignored by multiple, if not most, agencies in the government because Elon Musk no longer really seems to have the juice to do anything about it. Musk no longer appears to be running stuff, let alone personally wielding some kind of axe over every government employee in every government agency. All of that on top of the massive public revulsion at his role in Donald Trump's administration and in American politics.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.